Hello, I'm Dr. Karen Hiltz, and welcome to another week of the Apple Report. Today we're going to talk about PODS. I typically refer to them as education pods, but if you do a search online, you'll find them identified as micro schools, pods, learning pods, and even pandemic pods, because even though pods are not new to the education environment as an option, they, I think, expanded at an exponential rate in 2020 based on this pandemic issue and the schools, the traditional public schools being locked down. Now, let me say that traditional public schools were locked down in many states, while private schools and homeschooling, not necessarily, well, homeschools, so that's a given. But with regards to private school, yes, they did. Many of them shut down, or I would say the majority of them shut down from the March to May timeframe in 2020. But then come the August, September, when school starts, a lot of private schools went back into the classroom, again, depending on the state that you live in. Let me also state that pods operate based on the state that you live in because of the constitutional elements, the state constitutional elements, and then the state statute or state code regulatory components. Now, let me say as well that pods operate a lot like a homeschool co-op or the micro school concept of private school, where it's a smaller classroom, smaller population, smaller location, and their curriculum is definitely more specific and tailored to their student population, which is what you would expect in a micro school or even in a private school. So pods are akin to homeschool co-ops and then micro schools with regards to private school. So you need to look at your regulations, your state regulations, and see what is allowable from a registration perspective and a teaching perspective. Because one of the things that pods do that homeschool co-ops don't necessarily do is that they have certified teachers. And one of the things, a niche that was created and developed that came into existence based on expansion anyway, is that there were networks, pod networks that were created during the 2020 into the 2021 school year. And this afforded more local, specialized opportunity for children, and it also gave parents address their concerns with regards to what am I going to do with my child during the day. Some people continued to work from home. They wanted their child, for multiple reasons, to be in a classroom environment. And so these pods were a way for parents to meet those specific needs for their child and for their family. So one place that you can go to that I would recommend going to for a list of informative information or informative answering questions in an informative manner is schoolchoiceweek.org. They not only give information with regards to what pods are, but they also tie the information to each state and each state's code or statutes. And this is very informative and helpful if you're looking at either creating a pod in your area, or if you are seeking, help from one of these networks, which the networks do provide the teacher, and they facilitate and allow you to join a pod and things like that. But if you're interested in starting a pod, how do you start a pod? Is it a business? Is it homeschooled? Is it a private school, a micro school? So these are some things that you need to understand with regards to your state, the state that you live in, and the regulatory components, and how that enters into or marries up or does not marry up to the traditional public school elements, such as mandatory attendance and standardized testing and things of that nature and stuff. So, and curriculum. But again, PODS have the ability, just like homeschooling and private school, to tailor their curriculum to their student population, which is a plus for many parents as well. So again, I would suggest going to schoolchoiceweek.org for additional information, and it's more of a succinct and condensed location with regards to being an informed consumer. So again, I hope you enjoyed this this week's session. I hope that if you're interested in a small environment and pods seem to be something that you might want to research and look into, please do that. And I will ask you to like and share this podcast. And I will see you next week, and we'll talk about another topic. Thank you.